Imagine, if you will, a realm where the undiscovered potentialities of the mind are the next frontier for venture capital. Is it possible? Could this be the wave of the future? Welcome to a world where cognitive expansion meets financial expansion. A world where the untapped potential of the human mind is not just a philosophical question, but a tangible investment opportunity. This is the world of venture capital that invests in the promise of new therapeutic strategies. It's a bet on the idea that these once misunderstood therapies could hold the keys to unlocking new dimensions of human consciousness and mental health. The potential here is staggering. From treating depression to combating addiction, the use of these new therapies could revolutionize the way we approach mental health. And the financial implications, well, they're equally as impressive. As we take this journey together, we'll explore the burgeoning renaissance, its potential impact on the venture capital landscape, and the key players who are leading the charge. We'll dive into the science behind these advancements, the regulatory hurdles that must be overcome, and the potential rewards that could be reaped. We're standing on the cusp of a new era, a time when the stigma surrounding these therapies is starting to fade, replaced by a fascination with their potential. And as this fascination grows, so too does the interest of investors looking to capitalize on this emerging market. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a complex and nuanced topic, one that requires a careful and considered approach. It's not just about profits and returns, it's about the potential to transform lives and reshape our understanding of the mind. So whether you're a seasoned investor, an intrigued observer, or a curious mind, we invite you to join us on this journey. Join us on this journey as we explore the renaissance of these new therapeutic strategies and its potential impact on venture capital. To uncover the possibilities of this venture, we must embark on a journey to the past. The story of this revitalization is one of a countercultural revolution, scientific inquisitiveness, and an unyielding quest for innovations in mental health. Our trip takes us back to the 1960s, an era marked by counterculture movements and a dramatic shift in societal conventions. Certain consciousness-altering elements became symbols of rebellion, self-discovery, and spiritual illumination. Prominent figures of the time advocated for their use, igniting a cultural phenomenon that would echo through the following decades. Regrettably, this age of exploration was brief. By the late 60s, due to recreational misuse and societal disruption, the US government restricted research and pushed this exploration into obscurity. Fast forward to the dawn of the new millennium. An unobtrusive resurgence was taking place within the scientific community. Researchers commenced investigations into the potential of these consciousness-altering elements as therapeutic tools again. Pioneering studies at reputed institutions unveiled their potential for treating conditions such as depression, stress disorders, and addiction. This resurgence was not merely confined to the lab. In the following decade, a fresh wave of activists and thinkers began advocating for policy modifications. This led to significant milestones such as policy changes in various regions. Today, we find ourselves in the midst of a full-fledged cultural revival. The negative connotations surrounding these elements are gradually receding, replaced by a rising acknowledgement of their potential to heal and foster transformation. Increasingly, they are perceived not as harmful substances, but as potent tools for mental well-being and personal evolution. But it's not only about health and self-enhancement. A flourishing industry is taking shape, ripe for investment. The global market for mental health medication is worth a considerable sum, and these elements could secure a substantial portion of that. Numerous enterprises are already seizing this trend, from scientific organizations developing new therapies to wellness companies offering guided experiences. An entire ecosystem of businesses is burgeoning. The most thrilling development, however, is in the sphere of venture capitalism. Investors are becoming cognizant of the potential of this industry and are infusing capital into emergent companies and research initiatives. Once a marginal concept, it is now a serious investment strategy. As we can discern, the interest in this cultural revitalization isn't new, but its potential for venture capitalism is a recent phenomenon. It's not just a cultural or scientific occurrence, but an economic one. It's a narrative of how the expansion of consciousness can lead to financial expansion. and how a formerly stigmatized field is becoming an investment hotspot. It's a thrilling period to be a participant in this arena, and it's anyone's guess where this journey will guide us next. But what does this mean for venture capital? How can innovative thinking lead to financial expansion? The modern renaissance we are witnessing is not just a cultural and scientific revolution. It's also causing a considerable stir in the financial world, particularly the venture capital landscape. What was once considered fringe and risky has now become a hotbed for investments. Venture capital, the dynamo that powers innovation and startups, is now focusing its attention on this captivating sector. Investors are not merely funding these ventures out of curiosity or trend chasing. They see tangible potential for substantial returns. Consider this: over the past few years, we've seen a significant rise in the number of startups focusing on this sector. These startups are exploring a multitude of applications, from mental health treatments to wellness products. The increase in these types of startups has been accompanied by a corresponding rise in venture capital investments. And it's not just the volume of investments that's impressive, but the caliber as well. Prominent venture capital firms, which have historically backed tech or biotech companies, are now investing in this sector, demonstrating the potential they see. They're placing their bets on the idea that these innovative approaches could be the key to unlocking new treatments for mental health disorders. They see the potential for this sector to disrupt the multi-billion-dollar mental health market. And why wouldn't they? The early results from research have been promising. This sector seems to offer a new approach to mental health treatment, one that could be more effective and have fewer side effects than current options. But it's not just about the potential for high returns. There's also a sense of social responsibility. By investing in this research and startups, venture capitalists are helping to destigmatize this sector and support its integration into mainstream medicine. So it seems that innovative thinking can indeed lead to financial growth. The modern renaissance is not just altering our understanding of the mind, it's also transforming the venture capital landscape. This renaissance is more than a cultural movement, it's a venture capital opportunity. Venturing into this uncharted territory, who are the pioneers? As we explore the key contributors in the psychedelic venture capital space, we uncover a striking mosaic of bold and innovative companies and investors. They are the ones who are fully immersing themselves in this psychedelic renaissance, striving to tap into the potential of these substances for societal benefit. Our first stop is Compass Pathways, a biotech company that has made remarkable progress in the world of psychedelic medicine. Compass Pathways is committed to developing treatments that could completely transform the field of mental health. Next, we meet MindMed, a company making a significant impact in the venture capital space, with a focus on the development of medicine inspired by certain substances. They're investigating how these substances can be used to treat a wide array of mental health disorders. Now we turn our attention to the investors. ATAI Life Sciences, for instance, is a global biotech investor that is heavily invested in the field of psychedelic medicine. They have supported numerous companies in this sector, including Compass Pathways. Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal, is an investor worth noting. He has invested in Compass Pathways, showing that even mainstream tech moguls are acknowledging the potential of this field. Field Trip Ventures is another important name. They are not just investing in research and development, but also establishing a network of clinics where these treatments can be administered. Their holistic approach truly sets them apart in the psychedelic venture capital field. The Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, or MAPS, deserves a mention. They are a non-profit organization that has been championing and funding research in this area long before it became a trending topic. And let's not forget Eleusis Benefit Corporation, a company exploring the various beneficial properties of certain substances, pushing the envelope of what these substances can achieve. These pioneers are breaking new ground in the psychedelic venture capital space. They are taking calculated risks and investing in a future where these substances are viewed not as taboo, but as tools for healing. Their investments and contributions are about more than just financial return. They are about societal impact and ultimately transforming lives. These key contributors are heralding a new era of venture capital. They demonstrate that venture capital is not just about investing in the next big app or tech gadget, but about investing in the future of human health and well-being. It's about investing in revolutionary ideas that can truly change our world. These key are paving the way for a new era of venture capital. So, what does the future hold for venture capital in the realm of innovative mental health therapies? As we peer into the crystal ball of the burgeoning sector, it's clear that this is not a passing trend. The future of venture capital in this domain is, indeed, a fascinating one. The industry is poised for significant growth, propelled by an increasing acceptance of unconventional therapies and backed by robust scientific research. The next decade could see a rise in the number of startups entering this space, each aiming to unlock the therapeutic potential of these innovative treatments. The industry could witness a surge in the development of new therapeutic models and even technology-assisted experiences. But alongside these opportunities, there are challenges that the sector must navigate. Regulatory hurdles, for instance, remain a significant barrier. While there has been progressive policy reform, the classification of many unconventional therapies in several jurisdictions continues to impede research and investment. Another challenge is the risk of commercialization overshadowing the traditional cultural and spiritual roots of these therapies. As venture capital floods into the sector, there is a need to balance profit motives with ethical considerations, to ensure the equitable distribution of benefits, and to respect the indigenous cultures that have long used these practices. Yet, despite challenges, the potential rewards are immense. The global mental health crisis is escalating, and conventional treatments often fall short. These therapies offer a promising alternative, and venture capital can play a pivotal role in bringing these treatments to those who need them. Moreover, the sector has already begun to attract high-profile investors, signaling a growing confidence in the market. This influx of capital could accelerate research, drive innovation, and ultimately catalyze the mainstream acceptance of these therapies. In conclusion, the future of venture capital in this sector is not without its obstacles, but these challenges are outweighed by the promise of what lies ahead, the potential to revolutionize mental health treatment, to unlock the mysteries of the human mind, and to create a more compassionate, understanding society. The future of venture capital in this sector is a kaleidoscope of opportunities and challenges. Today, we've traversed the burgeoning landscape of a newly re-emerging field, its potential impact on investment. Quite the voyage, wouldn't you agree? We've taken a deep dive into the intricacies of human cognition, the extraordinary potential of a certain group of substances, and their intersection with investment. Initially, we grappled with the query about this group of substances. Once stigmatized, they're now garnering recognition for their potential in addressing mental health disorders. We witnessed the shift in perception and the burgeoning interest driven by scientific curiosity. Moving on, we delved into the heart of this renaissance, uncovering how this growing interest is creating opportunities for research, therapy, and investment. We highlighted how this isn't merely a cultural shift, but an economical one too, with considerable growth potential. Subsequently, we examined the role of investment in this novel domain. We explored how investors, always on the hunt for promising ventures, are beginning to acknowledge the potential in this field of study and therapy. We emphasized how this financing is propelling breakthroughs in the domain, enabling novel research, therapies, and understanding. Pivoting to the future of investment in this space, we theorized its potential transformational impact on mental health treatment. We proposed that as this renaissance continues to blossom, investment will play a crucial role, underpinning the progress and profiting from the successes. But let's not forget the true essence of this journey. It's about venturing into the uncharted domains of cognition. It's about pushing the envelope of our understanding and unearthing new avenues for recovery and growth. Therefore, from the initial query to the renaissance, from the role of investment to the future of this fascinating intersection, we've covered a great deal. It's an exhilarating era to be part of this field, regardless of your role. As we persist in unraveling cognition's potential, investment in this field could indeed become the next frontier for investors. And remember, cognition, like a parachute, functions optimally when it's open.